Hello, my name is Anna White and welcome to video 3. I'm so glad you've decided to join me on this voyage. So let's shine some light now on how to spot dementia. You will have seen this list of video training modules and we hope you find them helpful. You are now watching video 3, How to Spot Dementia. You will remember our first keynote contributor, Dr. Karen Dodd, a specialist in this area, and Diana Kerr, world-renowned expert on nighttime care and disability and dementia. You will remember that there are many learning disabilities charities and services that are there to support you. So let them know if you need help or to contact us. Early stage dementia. Now we need to think about how we can spot dementia and be proactive. I should add that one cannot diagnose dementia for the first 6 months, as one needs to measure the loss of skills over a period of time first to determine if something else is causing the change in behaviour. It is not part of normal aging to have dementia. This slide gives you some key things to look out for. Are there subtle changes in behaviour and mood, such as depression? Nighttime waking perhaps, or a loss of interest in a favourite hobby? Is performance of day placements deteriorating, or are there sight or hearing problems? Are there problems with memory, particularly remembering recent events? Ability to learn new information is affected, as short-term memory becomes more difficult for people. The person is no longer able to retain recent information. Do they have difficulties with steps, stairs and curbs? This is one of the first things that one notices, is that depth perception is affected. Is there a step? They may raise their leg as though there is. Look out for that. It's a key indicator when depth perception is affected. Sometimes a change of colour can be misunderstood as a change of depth. It is possible for someone to exhibit all the early signs that are associated with dementia, but not have the condition. There are other conditions that can present like dementia. It is critical, therefore, that there is not an immediate assumption that the changed behaviours are an indication of dementia. It is essential that a process be undertaken to differentiate possible causes of the changes. This process of differential diagnosis should identify and possibly eliminate other often treatable conditions. So if you spot any of these things, then it's time to call your local learning disabilities care team and doctor surgery and get some help. They will be very happy to assist you. The learning disability team in each area have experts in all these areas and can help you. They may include nurses, speech therapists, physiotherapists, psychiatrists, dietitians, psychologists, nurses, occupational therapists, all of whom can be deployed to assist you and those who you are seeking to care for. A baseline assessment should be recommended for every person with Down syndrome at age 30 before dementia can appear. It can take a number of forms. It may include some games and puzzles and a list of questions for the person who is the carer. It is used to register the skills of the person at the peak of their cognitive skills. Then this may be repeated when there are concerns, and so can become a measure that one can determine if there is a deterioration and the reason can be explored. Do check with your local authorities to see what is offered. This is particularly important if the person with learning disabilities is moved from one home to another. The ability to monitor and measure these skills over time is so key. I cannot tell you how important it is. That said, you will see on the list of all the things that can be done to help. And we can send you a copy of this list if you contact us, so please do if that would be helpful. You can go to the doctor and explain to them what your concern is, e.g. dementia, and that the person needs to have hearing, sight, blood tests, and other tests to rule out what might just be an illness rather than dementia. Ask the day centre if they are noticing changes in memory or learning, as we discussed on the previous slides. Behavioural assessments may be needed and have a root in the psychosocial world, such as depression or a recent bereavement. The bottom line is that excellent documentation is key to helping this person. With care homes and changes of staff, this information from lots of different people is retained. It is important, however, to not jump to a conclusion of dementia because someone can show many of these signs but not have dementia. They may have something we call delirium, which can be caused by many different things. There are other conditions which may have the appearance of dementia. So we need to be careful in our approach. It is essential that a process be undertaken to differentiate possible causes. These may be endocrine, metabolic disturbance, heart disease, bone fractures, constipation, toxicity. For example, people may be taking combinations of drugs that are making them very confused. Poor diet, dehydration, lack of sleep, visual and hearing impairments, environmental changes, grief reactions, pain. This process of differential diagnosis should identify and possibly eliminate other often treatable conditions. It is not the role of the carer to make the diagnosis. However, they are important in the role they play in determining access to the correct interventions. There is a great chart on Diana Carr's book, Understanding Learning Disability and Dementia, on page 40, which shows you when to contact the GP or where you can do some preliminary investigations yourself. I recommend the book to you. You will find it listed on the DVDs and books tab of this website. This is the winner of the third Rosette, baseline assessment. This is so important. There are a few things to remember. A baseline assessment needs to be with someone who knows the person well. This is because sometimes it is the small details that one notices have changed. So knowledge of the habits, hobbies and skills of the person is important. My sister, as an example, did not understand the concept of a baseline assessment. For her, the world is home and family and her day centre, not about metrics or evaluations. If you are requesting a baseline assessment, then ensure that person can be supported by the person who knows them best. What will you tell the person about why you want to do a baseline assessment? In my sister's case, we simply said that this lovely lady was coming to tea and wanted to know all about it and was going to ask lots and lots of questions, and we were going to have cupcakes too. Cupcakes are a big favourite. So Karen Dodd poses good questions, which I will leave you to ponder on this slide, and the answers to these in terms of its regards to your own personal circumstances and why you have come to this training video. What percentage of people with Down syndrome or learning disabilities will understand a baseline assessment? What percentage of people with Down syndrome know they have Down syndrome, for example? How many people will know the word dementia and can understand what it means? What other ways can you introduce issues of aging and dementia to people with learning disabilities? Well, good news. We have some fantastic books and manuals which we highly recommend coming up on the following slides. If you are a person with learning disabilities and wants to understand what is happening to your friend, this is a really good book to use. And one of your care team or family members can read it with you and help you understand what it is all about. If you work with people who have learning disabilities in a care home environment, It may be that one of the group has dementia, so this is a wonderful book to use. It helps explain what is happening to their friend, gives some context, and opens the door for discussion. Discussion then allows for the real exploration of the feelings and emotions that arise when someone is trying to understand and will give reassurance. So here are some books which we recommend, and video 6, Environment Management, will also introduce you to a DVD that is absolutely superb. A list of all materials we recommend and websites can be found on the Books and DVDs tab of this website. The workbook shown on this slide was created for anyone supporting people with learning disabilities, which includes people with Down syndrome. It is a workbook that will allow you to note into charts key behaviours. It will take a care person on a step-by-step guide on the road of dementia, what to look out for and care points. It is especially good because if a person with learning disabilities or Down syndrome is moved from one home to another, then no key information is lost. It also helps highlight what services are needed and when, and it is a good central place for all documentation. Dr. Karen Dodd highly recommends this book, and it will be on the Books and DVDs tab of this website. The Simplicity of Dementia, a Guide for Family and Carers by Hub Bussen. This is a book I have read recently and was just a wonderful mine of information and practical examples and helping strategies. I've placed a link on the Books and DVDs tab of this website if you wish to get it. Understanding Learning Disability and Dementia by Diana Kerr is a really, really good book and I recommend it. The 3 keys of learning from this video are: ask for a baseline assessment to be done while the person is at the peak of their cognitive skills. If you think you notice a change, then please engage your local services to have a health check. Rule out all other medical possibilities that may be the cause rather than dementia. Get yourself and your team and family some of the reading and DVD materials listed on the website to help you and to inform you further. I hope you will join us for video 4, Philosophy of Care. If you are a person with Down syndrome or have learning disabilities, please contact us if any of this has concerned you or worried you. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.